Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you. And now, it is my great honor to introduce to you the sponsor of the USNS Medgar Evers, Mrs. Burley Evers.
And along with the thank yous to all of you, Mr. Harris, all of those who have worked so long and hard and with joy to make today a reality. To all of these wonderfully attired Navy men, family and friends, and I'm putting the Secretary of the Navy in that category. I am just so thankful and so thrilled, and may I ask you to please give the Secretary of the Navy, former Governor of Mississippi, Ray Mabus, another round of applause. This is an absolutely wonderful day, one that will go down in the history books, one that will be embedded in our hearts and our minds forever. And I hope that this will also be a day when our young people will begin to realize some of those strong individuals who gave of themselves to bring us to this point today. Our youth should be inspired. They should know. They might even be inspired to join the Navy, but to serve their country in the best way possible. I thought about my remarks, and I have to watch the time, but I tell you, I am so filled with gratitude to have this ship named for Medgar, because he was a man who gave his all, who never questioned what his duty should be to his country, even at times putting that duty to country and to his people above his family. And I would ask him, how can you do this? And he would say to me, because I believe. I would ask, how can you believe in this country when our people suffer as they do? He said, because I believe. And I would ask, well, why should you be the one to bring about the change? And he would answer, why not me? I'm doing this. I'm doing this for you and my children, for other women and children and men. He believed in America. And as someone said, does America believe in him? I think today we are seeing proof of that. And I would just very briefly like to give you the inside story on the ship being named for Medgar. I knew the Secretary of the Navy as the Governor of Medgar Evers is remembered for the man he was and for the things that he did. And I said, thank you, and let it go at that. Because so many people had made promises, and the promises never materialized. And I said, that's very nice of him. I was summoned to Jackson, Mississippi about a year and a half ago And I was asked to come to this auditorium. Walked in, the doors were opened, and there stood Secretary of the Navy, Evers, dressed in his finest Navy gear, surrounded by some of his staff, and I could not believe it. There was a welcome, there was the unveiling of this ship that had not yet been named, and he announced that this ship would be named for Medgar. To me, that says something about the character of the man that we have as the Secretary of the Navy. We're filled with gratitude, but we also realize that Medgar Evers never asked for glory. He never asked to be out front and acknowledged. He did it because he believed in his country and he believed in his people, and he was willing to make the sacrifice that all of us might move forward regardless of race, creed, or color. And I stand here so proud that Mississippi is taking the lead in this. Someone said to me, the weather, it's raining. Oh, that's so bad. I thought about it and I said to myself, no, it isn't, because in the raindrops that fall, I could envision the raindrops being the tears from all of those people in this country who have fought so long and so hard to see us where we are today. But those were not tears of sorrow, but they were tears of joy. So I adopted the feeling, let the rain come down, it's all right, because we are truly blessed. My family is very blessed. We thank you for all the support that you have given to us over the years. I will say to you that I know that we still have a way to go. I also feel in my heart that this man who never wanted to be recognized for anything is today going to be recognized wherever this ship goes around the world. And in doing so, I want to say to the Secretary that you have also freed this family. You have freed us because you have allowed us to be a part of America again in a very, very positive way. I don't have to go to bed at night wondering, will anybody remember who Medgar Evers is? Will anyone remember what he has given? Because I know as of this day, I don't have to ask that question any longer. So I thank all of you for your support over the time and over the years. I will be forever grateful to the Secretary of the Navy of the United States of America, Ray Evers. I thank you. Present this on behalf of the family to Secretary Evers. It's a little heavy, I won't be able to take it out. But it is a gift of appreciation from the entire Evers family.
Thank you, Mr. Evers. Those very, very moving remarks. really appreciate that. I'm very honored to have you and your family here. And now it is time for Mr. Harris to remain seated. And Van, would you like to join your mother? As they make their way, I would like to introduce the other distinguished visitors in the audience this morning. So as I call your name, please stand to be recognized. First, we have the sister of Medgar Evers, Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. Next, we have the brother of Medgar Evers, Mr. Charles Evers. Representing the state of California's 51st District, U.S. Congressman Robert Filner. Representing Governor Jerry Brown, state of California, Dr. Trevor Albertson, Deputy Secretary for Veteran Affairs. Representing the 25th District, California State Senator Rod Wright. The Mayor of Imperial Beach, the Honorable Jim Janney. San Diego Port Commissioner and Chairman of the Board, Bob Nelson. Representing the Port of San Diego and President and CEO Wayne Carbo, Mr. Ron Powell. San Diego County Treasurer, Mr. Dan McAllister. Representing the City of San Diego City Council, Councilwoman Sherry Leitner. Also joining us, City Council District Number 2, Council Member Kevin Faulkner. Representing San Diego City Council District Number 4, Council Member Tony Young. Also with us this morning, Vice Admiral Richard Hunt, Commander, United States 3rd Fleet. Thank you all for being here this morning. And now for the sight we've all been waiting for. Mrs. Evers, please christen the ship.
I now christen the USNS Medgar Evers.
Once more. We have christened in name USNS Medgar Evers. On behalf of the men and women of General Dynamics NASSCO, thank you for attending the christening and naming of the Navy's newest vessel, the USNS Medgar Evers. Thank you all.